go backwards.
This is no ordinary summer camp for kids.
You ready? Hop!
They've joined the circus.
I came here because I've wanted to join the circus since I was like 3.
It's a part of Florida State's Flying High Circus Camp in Tallahassee.
It is tiring. I've had a lot of the parents tell me, my kids fell asleep on the way home, or they're sleeping so well at night and they're wiped out.
Everything from ground acrobatics to juggling is taught. But the most popular, hands down, is the flying trapeze.
I like the trapeze because it's just a rush. It's really fun.
The camp is for kids 7 to 17, but today they gave an exception.
This is your safety belts. Keep you alive up there.
Yes, with my harness on, I was going up.
So is this easy up here or hard?
It's easy.
No sweat, I was told, after a crash course in Trapeze 101.
You'll tuck your knees to your chest and let go at the same time, and just the swing and those kicks will automatically make you rotate and flip it in the net.
I don't know if I've got that off. This is how high?
To the people, it's like 25 feet.
Good times.
I climbed up 25 feet under some gray skies.
Don't look down, right?
This, I was told,
So I'm trying to put a leg up over.
was one of the easiest skills to learn, a knee hand.
Do most people get this on the first time?
Almost everybody.
Oh, shoot.
But I knew I was in trouble.
Oh, my God.
Someone with little to no flexibility like myself would have problems. And after a couple of swings, it was an epic fail. I just couldn't get my knee above the bar. Thankfully, a safety net provided a smooth landing.
You're clapping for me. I didn't do it right.
To prove that I have no coordination or that anyone can do it,
How old are you? 9?
they sent up 9-year-old Mary Musselwhite, who naturally
Kick your legs forwards, backwards, forward, second leg go.
Oh, okay.
killed on the trapeze.
Okay.
With a few pointers and a few raindrops, I tried again.
I'm not flexible, I think.
So close, but yet again, no success for this reporter. But while my big dreams of joining the big top may be over, for these kids, joining the circus is a reality, a summertime experience they won't soon forget. In Tallahassee, Jerry Hume, ABC 27 HD.
Command. Ops.
Obviously, we're training for the worst possible scenario that could happen to our children, and that would be a bus crash. The first thing they're going to do is make sure that that bus is safe and there's no further hazards, and then we're going to begin the rescue operation. And you'll notice that fire has been working on rescuing them from the bus. EMS has been triaging them, preparing them for transport to the medical facility.
Ran a hoop. The water.
The Sheriff's Office is not only containing this scene, but scenes away from here for parents who will be coming, staging in that area. And we provide people and information for the parents so that they can know what's going on with their child. One of the most important parts about this, and we've done a lot of things right here, but you not only want to identify the things that you do right and correct, you want to identify the things that you can improve on to make our services better to our children. And that's exactly the purpose of this scenario.
If you've ever seen a Gulf sturgeon in a river in North Florida, it's most likely doing this. Jumping out of the water with a big splash. The Gulf sturgeon only exist in 3 states and are therefore a protected species. Since the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010, U.S. Fish and Wildlife biologists have carefully watched the Gulf sturgeon to see if it was harmed by the oil. This team is netting sturgeon in the Blackwater River near Pensacola. This fish gives biologists a clue on how long the oil lingered in the water, since they were not in the Gulf during the actual spill. The Gulf sturgeon actually migrate between the rivers and the Gulf, and at the time of the spill in 2010, the fish were in the rivers and didn't go back into the Gulf until October. Elsa Halbold is a biologist for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
It's almost the perfect study animal. We were able to study it before it went back out into the Gulf to see if it was exposed, and then when it comes back in the spring, we're able to capture it again and study it to see if it was exposed when it went out to the Gulf.
This is the 4th time biologists have come here to take blood samples from the Gulf sturgeon and put on radio tags. From the boat, they can detect radio signals from fish caught in the last 2 years. This sturgeon already has a radio tag.
It's pretty difficult to recapture these fish. They get kind of smart. You know, they don't like getting cut open and having stuff stuck in them.
Past blood tests have revealed traces of oil in their system.
At this point, it's not really clear what it means. It does mean that there was exposure and there was some injury to the animal's DNA, which isn't a good thing. We don't know exactly what it means, and more lab tests will be needed to figure that out.
The oil may have been in their system before the oil spill even took place. These researchers hope more tests will show how sick these fish will become if they get sick at all.
There have been studies in the past that show the exposure to hydrocarbons leads to cancer, development of tumors, developmental abnormalities in juvenile and larval fish. So there's a link that has been established through research, and although it's not clear here that those kinds of things are happening, that's our intention, is to find out whether we can make a connection between the exposure and an injury.
Long-term effects could be really devastating to the population. It could lead to reproductive problems, and the species may not be able to reproduce, and that could be a real problem. And for a threatened species, we really want to make sure that they're able to reproduce and propagate and have more in the future.
Biologists have also found traces of oil in bottlenose dolphins. It's not clear if the oil will affect the dolphins either. Other tests have focused on seafood. Florida Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam.
We continue to aggressively test seafood coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, and we have yet to find a problem with the presence of oil residue or dispersant in any of those samples.
Biologists expect to finish analyzing the data from these sturgeon later this year to see if the number of this threatened species has continued to grow. For the Florida Channel, I'm Mike Laquia.